Okay, so guys, hi everyone. My name is Maya Hedegaard and I'm a recruiter at Work International. With me today, I also have my colleague Sarah, and she will be in the chat online now. So if you have questions during the presentation, you can write whenever and she will answer you. I only speak English or English and Swedish, but Sarah knows German. Or yeah, she knows German. So you can write your questions in German if that feels more comfortable for you. Afterwards, we also have chats where you can talk with me or with Sarah. So if you feel comfortable with English, please send me a message. And if you feel more comfortable with German, send Sarah a message and she will help you, okay? So I'm going to start to give you a little bit of information about Work International. And we are a recruitment agency that helps Europeans to take the next step in their careers. And our services, I want to start by saying that they are completely free for the candidates that we work with. Our aim is to help you finding a job abroad. And I'm actually so excited to be here today. And I hope that you will feel just as excited after this presentation. So let's start with the first slide. And that is, I have completed, oh, sorry. It was this one. So I have completed my education and I don't know what the next step in my life is. This thought is probably not entirely unfamiliar to you, and I'm sure that you can relate to it. The mind races and you're unsure of the next step to take after you finish school. And or if you are about to finish, I don't know, maybe we have some students here at the moment. And I can only speak for myself and say that if you can relate to this, I've been right where you are now with the same thoughts, the same stress, but also the same expectations for the future. And I know that the questions that I asked myself when I finished school was, how does one really know what to do? And what is the right step for me? And how do I take it? And do I actually dare to do something outside of my comfort zone? Well, today I'm here to tell you about how your life can look if you decide to take a chance to take a gap year to move and work abroad. So let's start by giving you some information about us at Work International. So who are we? We are a recruitment agency that helps Europeans find their dream jobs abroad. We specialize in finding ambitious talents who wants to save up and gain professional experience as well as personal development abroad. We match our candidates with world-leading companies and positions, and our recruiters assist throughout the process. And there I want to tell you about our recruiters. We have recruiters all over Europe. So some speak Swedish, English, and we also have Sarah that speaks German. So if you would feel the most comfortable with doing a recruitment process in German, you can get that help basically. So here you can also see how it looks on our website. If you want to have a look at that later on, you can just search for workinternational.com and you will get this as the first site, as you can see to the left. I hope it's the left to you, for you too. And when you go into our website, you can decide if you want to choose by a job position. Up in the corner, you can see that it says find jobs. Or also you can search for a specific destination. Let's say that you know which country that you want to go to, but you don't know which type of jobs there are. You search by destination. And if you know what type of job you want, but not where you want to go, you can also go through that way. And of course, you can also get in contact with us and tell us your preferences, and we will find the perfect match for you. So simply put, you can choose a job that you find interesting, and we assist with everything around it, such as accommodations, flights, and transfers. And the most important thing for us is that you feel safe and secure throughout the entire recruitment process, from the moment that you submit your application until you set foot at the new workplace for the first time. And once again, I want to mention that our services are completely free for anyone that wants to apply. So if you feel like this slide didn't give you enough information, please just send us a chat here. Or you can also, in the end of the presentation, there will be a QR code that you can scan where you can put in your first and last name and also your email, and we will send out some more information by your request. And for the next slide, here is a nice quote that we got from one of our candidates, that moving and working abroad is the best decision I've made. And I actually have to agree. Here is a picture from Portugal where we already sent numerous candidates. Most people who have gone abroad can confirm that it's a blast and that you meet a lot of like-minded people. But there is more to it than just fun. You also get to brush up on your language skills, improve your CV, which I know as a recruiter is a huge plus in the job market. You get to build a global network and also boost your confidence and dive into an incredible adventure. And however, as cool as it all sounds, I get that taking the leap to move and work overseas can be kind of intimidating. It's stepping into uncharted territory, a new city, new faces, and a new language. I've been there myself a few years back, actually, so I totally get where you're coming from. So I'm going to tell you a little story about me. So when I was 23 years old, I decided that I had seen too little of the world and I wanted to try living abroad. And I actually got in contact with a sales company in Spain. And after going through a recruitment process, I actually got the job. But unfortunately, the process itself took quite a long time as they weren't offering a relocation package. So it was challenging for me to actually find an apartment since I hadn't been in the city or the country before. And additionally, the position and agency fees were actually kind of expensive, and I had to save up for a couple of months before I was able to move. Luckily, after a couple of months, I was able to go. And when I finally arrived and I had my first day at the office, I was so excited. And I got in there and I found out that the company was not serious at all. And when the salary eventually should have been paid out, I didn't receive a single penny, for real. So I had to take a step back and try to figure out my situation, because suddenly I was standing there with an expensive apartment and I didn't have a job that paid anything for me. So I needed to reorganize, basically. Luckily, I got a tip about a worldwide customer service company that were looking for customer service agents in a nearby city. Long story short, I got the job and I stayed there for 2 years, and it was an amazing experience. Not only did my language skills improve tremendously, but I also met friends for life who I'm actually still in contact with now, 5 years later. And additionally, I gained incredible valuable experience in customer service, which is highly sought out in the job market today. After my 2 years at the as a customer service agent, it was time for me to try something new. And that's when I got a tip about applying to Work International as a recruiter. When I found out that Work International actually had a partnership with my previous job, the customer service company, I felt like it was the perfect position for me, because I could be certain that Work International was serious and was working with a lot of serious companies that actually gave the candidates everything that they promised. I really wish for myself that I had known about Work International when I decided to move abroad, because then I would have avoided so much hassle. But now I have the opportunity to help others make a similar journey as myself, but without all of the expensive fees, the stress, and the anxiety that I had to go through. And that actually feels fantastic. I do actually love my job. That's why I decided to do things like this with the presentation, because I know that it gives a lot. And I love being able to use my own experience to help candidates find the right workplace. It feels like there was a purpose behind me having to go through the hard way. I truly believe that everything happens for a reason, but you have to take a chance to find your own path. Therefore, I am more than happy to help anyone interested in finding the right job and destination, because in the end, I believe that you only will regret the chances that you didn't take. So if we look at the next slide, you can see the picture of one of our candidates, Linnea. And since I started at Work International, I have helped several candidates from all over Europe to move and find jobs in Portugal and Greece. And as you can see, Linnea is a candidate that we got in contact with mid-October, and by November 1st, she was on a plane heading for her new life in Portugal. That's how quickly it can happen. Today, she works in customer service in central Lisbon and lives in a company apartment with 4 other colleagues and has made friends both at work and outside of work. And what's so cool about taking the step to move abroad is that so many others are in the exactly same situation as you, which makes it incredibly easy to find like-minded people and create your own community and group of friends. So here are all the pictures that Linnea actually have sent us from her first time in Lisbon. And here's what it looks like for those who go. You work and you earn money, but you also have a lot of free time to explore the world and experience new things. And well, how did Linnea actually get the job? So she applied through our website and we contacted her and we scheduled an interview to discuss her preferences. And after a while, we found a suitable job and destination that she wanted to go to. And then the process began. And after only 1 week, she got the job. And 1 week after that, she was on the plane to Lisbon. Great, right? So let's see. I want to mention a little bit more what we actually offer. So job and destination based on the applicant's preferences. Popular workplaces like Spotify, Google, TikTok. We also help you with flights and transfer to the destination, and those are included. As I told you before, there are no costs to get help through us, and this is what included in the actual moving package that you get through the company when you get hired. You also get a secure accommodation included or available at low fees. You also get on-site training, fixed salary, commissions, and bonuses. And I would say that the only thing that could change depending on what position you decide to go with is the commissions. Those are only for the ones who decide to work in the sales section. But otherwise, all of our positions, even though you decide to work with sales, have fixed salary. You also get planned activities with colleagues and other candidates. And those are events that could be afterworks, parties, trips. I also know that in Portugal, for example, you can go on, let's say, surfing instruction things, because in Portugal, it's pretty common that people do surf. So if that's a thing and you're interested in surfing, I would recommend Portugal for you. And you know that you can get some instructions for free through the company. And I also want to tell you that no previous experience is required to apply. In regardless of which position feels most interesting to you, you will receive training and education for approximately 2 to 3 weeks before starting the job. And I do want to mention that it's entry-level positions. So, what jobs do we currently have available? We have customer service, where you can become a part of an amazing customer service team and assist customers from all over the world with your expertise and friendly attitude. We also have content moderation positions, where you can join us in creating a safe and enjoyable online environment on leading platforms. We also have sales, where you can combine charm with professional success as a sales representative for world-leading companies, and also IT support to resolve technical issues for customers alongside your IT team. And if you're unsure of which position would suit you best, you can always talk with us first, and we will help you match an available position with your preferences, of course. So how is all of this possible, and how can you be certain that you get to work with a company that is actually serious so you don't go through the same things as I did? Well, we have the help of Eurus, and we actually became the first Swedish recruitment agency to become a private member of the Eurus network in 2019. And as a private member of the Swedish Eurus network, we assist with recruitment across Europe. Through Eurus, we can ensure good working conditions and salaries and etc. Together with 1,300 Eurus colleagues, we can provide information from each participating country, and we conduct training sessions that keeps us updated with necessary information such as living and working abroad, taxes, regulations, and so on. And if you would want to know some more information about Eurus, you can always ask the question here in the chat, and I can send you a link of their website if you want to have a look at it. Also the same with our own website for Work International. I can ask Sarah, I know that she's listening, and she can send you the links here in the chat so you can look at it. So, frequently asked questions. How does the application process work? In the next slide, as I told you before, there will be a QR code where you can scan to show your to show your interest. And after that, me or one of my colleagues will get in contact with you to give you more information. So when you scan the QR code, you will be asked to enter your first and last name, your phone number, and also your email. And after that, we will send you some information, and you will get assigned a personal recruiter that will help you forward. And you can also tell us if you would want the recruitment process to be handled by our German recruiter, Sarah, who is here, who I've told you a couple of times. But if you would feel more comfortable with having the interview with her in German, or you have questions that you feel uncomfortable with taking in English from the beginning, she is absolutely available. So just be honest with us and tell us, and we will make sure to get the perfect recruiter for you. And a lot of questions that we also get is that if you need to know the language spoken in the country that you are applying to. And easily said, no, you don't have to know a single word actually. But if you want to learn, the companies that we will send you to offer free language courses for anyone that's interested. So if you want to adapt a bit more to the country or the city that you move to, of course, this will be an option for you. And the next one is, do you need to know English? And yes, you do have to know at least a B1 to B level of English, since that's the language that is spoken in the office and during the recruitment process. So it starts with the recruitment process with us at Work International, and then eventually when we send you over to the company, those interviews that you will have with them will be in English. And if you don't know at which level your English is, we can find it out when we have the first interview with one of us, of the recruiters at Work International. I do think that sometimes even I get nervous with my English since it's not my first language. But as you see, I'm having a presentation here today, so it's not as bad as I sometimes think. So even if you're not sure of which level that you are in, please send us a message and we will find out, and I'm sure that we will be able to find a position that would fit you. And also a lot of people ask if previous experience is required. And no, no previous experience is required. As I mentioned before, it's entry-level positions. So we have something for everyone, no matter what background that you have. And also, how does it work with accommodation? So either you will get a shared accommodation with colleagues that are included in your salary, or you can choose to get a higher salary and you can find your own place to live, whatever suits you best. I usually give the advice to my candidates though, to start with the company apartment that they offer. So you actually get to know the city, and it's always easier finding an apartment when you're already there. so you can actually go and see it, so you don't end up in an apartment that you don't actually feel safe in or actually would thrive in. But whatever suits you best, we have options. And how does it work when you arrive? So since the company offers free transfer, they will pick you up at the airport and they will drive you to your apartment. So that's nothing that you have to plan for yourself. Yeah. And also, what type of contract is it? So it's usually a 6 or 12-month binding contract, and the positions are always full-time. A lot of our candidates do go for 12 months as a gap year, and then after the 12 months, they decide if they want to renew the contract. It's of course possible to stay longer than that, or some feel that 12 months is enough, and after that they want to go back and maybe continue studying or working with something else. So that is an option for you to choose whatever suits you best there. And if one doesn't feel comfortable, or if something happens that requires them to return home, can they resign, or is it a binding contract? So even if you do sign a binding contract for a certain amount of months, you're always allowed to resign at any time you like. So look at it like this: even though if you apply for a certain type of months, maybe you don't feel like it's the right fit for you, we have several options there. If you would feel like the country wasn't what you expected and you feel like you want to try another country, you can always get back to us at Work International and we will see if we can find a position that fits better. If you feel like it's the position that we sent you to, let's say that you started as a customer service agent and you feel that maybe content moderator or something else where you don't have to have the instant, when you do content moderation, you don't have contact with customers. You only work through chats and so on. So if you would feel like maybe I should try that out because the customer service wasn't the right fit for me, then we can help you with those things also. The most important thing for us is that you feel comfortable, because if you thrive at a workplace, the company will be happy, and if the company happy, then we are happy. So it's supposed to be like a golden circle there where everyone helps each other out. So yes, of course, if you want, and if you feel like this wasn't the right thing for me, I miss home, you're homesick, you miss your family, you want to go home, of course it's possible to resign and go home in that case. But I also want to tell you that in the contracts, when you stay for 12 months, the companies, most of them at least, offers a free plane ride home. So back and forth to your home, so you can actually go and visit your family and so on. So everything is possible. You just need to tell us what you need and we will help you with everything. So guys, that was basically everything from me today. The next slide here is the QR code that I told you about before. So if you would want some more information, please scan it and they will ask you to put in your first and last name, your email address, and also your phone number, and we will get in contact with you within a couple of days just, and assign you your personal recruiter. So even though I will disappear here from the chat and turn it down, I will leave the QR code open until, for 5 more minutes, so you have the chance to apply if you want to. And also, if you have any questions, please write them in the chat. I've seen that you already written a bit, but if you have some more questions, please let us know. We will also have the stand open until, I think it's for 30 more minutes. So if you didn't get the chance to ask us the questions that you had before I turn this presentation down, please just visit our stand and ask your questions there. Press Sarah if you want to ask them in German, and if you feel comfortable with doing it in English, please go into my chat and I will help you. And nothing else, I just want to thank everyone for watching. I'm looking forward to speak with every one of you who feels interested in joining me in this, or joining us in this amazing adventure. So thank you so much, guys. Have a lovely day. Bye.